Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Andrea and this is Andrea Beyond Borders. I've got a great treat for you today. I have gotten so many questions about where do I stay when I go to Marrakech, Morocco. Now, Morocco is known for its beautiful riads and especially in the city of Marrakech. But I have one place that I go to just about every time I go to Marrakech. So if you're interested in learning where I stay tuned because I'm going to show you with a room tour of Riad Idra. Riad Idra. It is perfectly located in the Medina of Marrakech. Medina is the old city of Marrakech and it's right there in the midst of all the action. So that's one of the reasons why I love staying at Riad Idra. For those of you that don't know what a riad is, I'm gonna go ahead and put the description on the screen. For those going to Morocco, there are many charms about Morocco, but one of the charms I love the most are the riads. And if you're going to Morocco, you must stay in a riad. Now, you don't have to stay in a riad the entire time, but you have to experience a riad, if not for 2 or 3 nights. For me, whenever I'm in Morocco, I always make Marrakech my last city. 1, because it's my favorite Moroccan city, but 2, I love Riad Idra, and it's kind of how I want to round out my travels when I'm in Morocco. So, a little bit about this room tour. The room tour is a little bit choppy, and I have added in additional footage from other stays because I did not get enough footage. So, for the most part, you're going to see one particular trip I went to in 2022, but I also have some footage from, I think, this year in April. I think it might be from this year, maybe. Actually, it is because it's vertical and I only did real shots this year. So you'll see a little, it's a mixed bag of the content, but I think you'll get the gist of the riad. The thing I love so much about this riad is that I feel like it's a family home and I'm a part of the family. Every time I show up to this riad, they remember me. They ask about my mother because I brought my mother a couple of times to this riad, and all of the staff remembers me, and they're just so warm and welcoming. The experience and the service is consistent every single time. Another thing that I really love about riads, or at least the ones that I've stayed in, specifically Riad Idra, is the food. So you get an amazing breakfast in the morning, which is included in your nightly stay. So no additional fee for breakfast. Breakfast is free every morning. And then for dinner, that you will have to pay for. But what I love about dinner is that the food is so fresh, and that's really all of Morocco. You're gonna find that the food is really fresh. When you say farm to table here in America, that's all of Morocco. All food is farm to table. So you get some of the freshest food, which I really, really love. And if you stay tuned, I've got a couple videos coming up at the end of this month where I sit down for dinner at this riad. So you'll be able to see my dinner, see the rooftop, and just really see how I live the experience at the Riad Idra. The very first time is when I fell in love with Riad Idra was how they received me. They received me like a good friend hosting me for the weekend. The door was opened. I was shocked, absolutely shocked, because listen, the riads in the Medina are not what you think they are. Like, especially if you've never been to Morocco, you've never been to Marrakech specifically, and you've never stayed in like the Medina, it will throw you off a bit because you get off like on the street, and the riad's not like a hotel. It's not sitting on the street. It's inside the maze of the Medina. So you have to walk to it. But don't worry, if you call Riad Idra, or really any riad that you're staying at, in advance and let them know when you're coming and when to receive you, they will meet you at your taxi drop off and get your luggage and bring you over into the riad. you can also make arrangements with Riad Idra. So for me, whether I'm coming in from the train station or I'm coming in from the airport, I usually call Riad Idra and say, hey, can you arrange car transportation for me from the airport or from the train station, and let them know what time I'm coming in. And sure enough, I get off the train or I get off the flight and my driver is waiting for me to take me back to Riad Idra. You're staying in the heart of Marrakech, the beat of Marrakech. And so it's so convenient to come right out of your Riyadh and walk right into the market and just get into negotiating those prices, getting those best deals, having some amazing tea from shop to shop to shop, all right there, steps away from where you're sleeping. The only word I can think of going into the Riyadh is oasis. I like to call it an oasis because it's so unassuming. You do have this beautiful door that maybe will give you a hint of where you're staying. But if you were like me and my mom, the very first time we stayed at Riad Idra, we were nervous. We were nervous because we expected to see kind of like a hotel, which it's not. And we also expected it to be like right off the boulevard. It was not. And so trusting this person with our luggage, we're like, oh my goodness, you know, who's this person that's taking our luggage and where are they going? And they walk really fast. So we're like, okay, let's keep up. They've got our luggage. Then we get to this alley and we're like, oh my gosh, this is looking super sketch. Back in America, it would be like, this is sketch. What's going on? Is this speakeasy situation happening? Like, why are we in the alley? Why are we at this side door? What is going on? What is inside of there? Are we to trust this person and just go in and follow them blindly? Well, we did. But when that door opened, let me tell you, all smiles, all smiles. First of all, the decor in that main receiving area is me all day. As a matter of fact, the shoes in this footage, those little Moroccan, I think they're called Alibaba shoes. I literally bought one of those and have them in my house. So teaser, I do plan on doing an updated what I bought from Morocco haul. You all really, really loved it. So I think after I get back from an upcoming trip, I think I will film what I've recently bought from Morocco because I've got so much stuff that I've decorated my home with and I want to share that with you. But back to the tour. You go in, it's stunning. They give you a warm cloth to wash your hands and your face. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to hospitality, receiving you, hosting you, love. So you come in, they give you a nice warm cloth, and in the summertime, they give you some refreshing cold mint Moroccan tea. In the colder months, and really you can pick either one you want. You can pick cold, you can pick hot, because they do serve the Moroccan tea hot all year long. But I like the cold tea. It is so refreshing. It's like no tea I've ever tasted. So I love the cold, refreshing tea on a hot day. And then on the more mild days, I'm always going for a hot Moroccan tea. So you come in, they give you your tea, hot or cold, a tea. And then you go out into the main courtyard, which is beautiful. It's full of trees. They've got a little fountain, a little pool, and it's just the most peaceful place you can find in the Riyadh. I always sit down there, I put my headphones on, I listen to music, I read. This is really where I really debrief. Like Marrakesh and specifically Riad Idra is where I just kind of woo-saw from a long trip. Typically, I've been in a few countries and I've been traveling for about 2 or 3 weeks. So again, that's why I make Marrakesh my last trip before I head back to America, because Riad Idra is just my little oasis, and it's something that I've kept very dear to my house since 2018. And I have not shared it with anyone until this day. So I'm gonna stop chatting. I've kind of introed this video. I've given you a walkthrough. I've gotten you into the Riyadh. Now I'm gonna let you sit back and enjoy the rest of this video as you explore the room that I stay in. If you liked this video, I would ask that you give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe for more videos like this. I'll be going on a couple of more trips this year, and I'll be doing tons of room tours across the countries that I visit. So you'll wanna take a look at that in case you're planning to head to those countries in your near future. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.